voice thing now. All right, here we go. We're getting into this game now. OG facing off against Singularity. Winner is going to improve their score. I guess it's not as big as stakes, but still pretty big stakes.
Can OG improve their score if they haven't lost yet?
Yes.
Still
technically improving.
Okay. Suppose.
Well, they are going to respect ban the Pugna.
And the Elder Titan as well.
So if you're in OG's position and you know you want to play, or you would play Wisp, you just ban it because you don't feel like playing it? Because I feel like you could just not ban that hero.
Well, OG have second pick.
Oh, yeah, good point. Okay, yeah.
I think it also shows, like, there's two ways of approaching it, right? If you're really good with a hero, you can develop counters to it. The other one is you're really good with the hero, so you know why it's extremely powerful. And if you don't feel confident that there's a good counter right now, you just... It's like, we've tried this hero, we know it very well. We haven't really been countered in all of our scrims, so it just seems ridiculous, and we don't want to give it away. I like the Beastmaster ban from Singularity. Get Seb on another hero. And grab the Naga straight away. Okay, so what's in here that is noteworthy? No Chen, no IO. Solon plays a good Chen, so I like that ban from OG. Lycan is in.
It's so different. I think you need to think about taking out some of the Disruptor combos, or rather some of the Naga combos. Disruptor, Jakiro, I wouldn't mind one of those necessarily taken.
If OG play as fast as they did the last game, song combos might not even get to matter very much.
I really like Sky in that regard.
Skywrath is fine.
Yeah, I like Sky into Naga.
It's one of the heroes that can actually bully Naga in lane. There's very few heroes that do that. Skywrath does Clockwork, but they banned it themselves. Elder Titan is out. He could have...
I guess you could Warlock too, if you're feeling like
Warlock
that.
is a possibility. You might go for that.
Oh, wow.
It's a very early Ember pick.
Yahoo!
Skywrath? Windrunner. Interesting.
Maybe their thought is, like, against Naga combos, Ember has a decent solution. Like, he might get, like, Ice Path or something, but he's always going to have a Remnant to jump, so shuts them down a little and creates tempo.
That was the game just a second ago, right, where Clockwork was able to take the kill onto Wind Ranger for First Blood that they were playing. I wonder if that's why they ban out the Clockwork here. Like, it didn't seem like there were that many other reasons to take it out of the pool, right?
We have to expect that they know Singularity, maybe a bit from previous practice, perhaps. They might have been one of their practice partners before they went into opens, and maybe Singularity do like their Clockwork. I don't think Clock is a specific counterpick to Wind Ranger. Like, it's decent for sure, but she's a type of hero who's relatively survivable, can buy a Force Staff, can be played in multiple roles. Like, if the enemy goes Clockwork, you just don't put a core position if you don't like it. And this opening from OG is, I think it's pretty nice because in my mind, Thompson actually plays a pretty good Ember. I've seen him play Ember as well. So you can put this on both Ana and him. You can put Wind Ranger in both Thompson and a support role. So what are you really showing? Like, you're just showing two heroes that the enemy can start counterpicking, and you just swap them around as you please with lanes and roles.
I like this much better as a combo with Naga, because Mirana has... It's not so teamfight focused. It's something that works in lane, and it also works in the late game teamfights, because they can do, like, arrow setups with sleep. It's kind of older, but it can work in lane with net into arrow. Just multifaceted and decent against. Can you still leap if you're rooted?
No.
That's the one downside to this pick I see. I think Ember loves this matchup. He has Flame Guard to defend himself against all of Mirana's magic damage, and he can hunt her down. Even if she does get to leap, he has a super leap. He's basically a better bottom in that sense.
It kind of goes both ways though, right? Because eventually Mirana will get Manta or BKB, and then the Ember doesn't really feel like as effective, and Mirana still does a tremendous amount of damage in fights.
He definitely loses a bit of effectiveness later against the Mirana, but it's still... You know, it's one of those things where you buy Manta. If you buy Manta just to counter an Ember, then you've spent 5,000 gold on that. If you buy BKB to counter an Ember, well, you have 4k gold on that, and Ember can easily force it. He just slight chains you, and you have to... You're kind of in that spot where I have to BKB or I'm going to die. And then you've used your BKB defensively, forced off by, what, a 10-second cooldown from Ember? It still doesn't feel good. But it's definitely what Mirana has to do. I think you cannot play this hero against Ember mid-late game without Manta or BKB. It's just impossible.
For sure,
so you have to choose. Like, pick which one is better against the rest of the enemy lineup and roll with it.
I will say that I have been... There he goes with the Yahoos again. He's very excited to play Ember, but when I was watching the China qualifiers, it got to the point where I felt like Mirana first pick was just going to win you the game. It was getting first round banned because of how well the teams in China were playing around this hero. You got to level 15, and she was dealing like 5,000 damage in the fights with that leap attack speed talent, holding high ground, and arrow setups basically meant a kill. I don't know if it's going to be as good in Europe, just because I'm not sure if everybody plays around it as well, or if it's something that's just a play style thing. But I think this hero is very, very good right now.
Which position did they run it on in
2.
China? Position 2 always mid?
Pretty much
Yeah,
exclusively.
that's what I think you do. Okay. All right. I love this pick against what they are just facing here.
That is
I think
awesome.
Abaddon is great for multiple reasons. Can take off the arrow with a Photic Shield. Has the ultimate if he gets Song comboed. You can't really Song combo in Abaddon. Can remove Ensnare.
I think it's really strong in the lane, but I think there's some susceptibility to you're relying on all the other heroes for catch. Like
Yes.
Abaddon is not a team fight starter at all. He's just there for support purposes. Like 9 times out of 10, he can also help you push a bit, but I wouldn't say that OG are necessarily great at siege right now. And like Lycan and Beast are out of the pool, Pugna's out of the pool, and they had banned Death Prophet themselves, so they need some way of being able to take objectives. Otherwise, Abaddon can feel really bad during the mid game.
It's true. I like the Shadow Demon pick because it's good against Ember Wind Ranger more or less.
Yep.
But Abaddon's also good against that in lane. If they could put Abaddon versus Shadow Demon, I think that's ideal. Because at least then you can dispel the Shadow Poison stacks. If you do that when you get like 3 stacks up, then it just shuts down everything Shadow Demon wants to do.
I think OG are fine with not having catch on their offlane in this game just because they have good ways of compensating for it. They have one of the absolute best catches in the game in Ember Spirit. They have an optional Shackle Shot, and they have 2 more picks. So they could definitely...
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now that is a bit surprising.
So is this a support Abaddon?
Support Wind Ranger.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Pretty sure.
You're right, yeah.
But that also means they're last picking the support. That is very unusual.
And then it's going to be, I mean, 3 melee heroes. I don't know if there's some way that you could try and leverage that into something, but they have the Naga Sleep that could potentially set things up, or rather disrupt a team fight.
Monkey King looks pretty promising.
Yeah.
I think.
On Singularity.
Yeah. Great laner against Ember, great laner against Abaddon, great laner against Mag. And those should be the 3 possible core matchups. They have Song into Monkey ulti. It's really solid. Okay.
Wow.
Now, this is a change of pace here because this looks like a Singularity team that's ready to try to take advantage of Magnus' build-up time and just go and take towers really fast. I actually like this approach a lot as well.
It's good against Wind Ranger too, and Ember and Abaddon. It's like all low armor heroes.
Gust.
Silence is good against all of them. If you catch Abaddon with it as well, then you're in a good spot. It's kind of scary against Mag, I guess, and depending on the team fight, but I definitely like the draw. I think it's a better way than trying to like combat what OG is doing. It's just like our lineup's just going to counter yours with better damage.
I like this Drow pick. I think it's good. I wasn't even looking at it. I think Drow is undervalued right now. There's very few teams that are even trying it. In some cases, it can be great. This is the type of game where it can definitely work. It can backfire too. Like if Ember jumps on you, you're in trouble. He's a hyper-mobile hero, but you have Gust, you have a save from Disruption, you have Song. You can probably play around it. Like this last bend from OG, the Nature's Prophet is one of Mikey's best heroes. He's been playing it a lot. So probably a solid choice that they might have chosen to go for here. Also a great lane duo. Nature's Prophet and Naga is a true power lane.
Sounds good.
None of them can really get killed. Trience as a wall together with Naga is hard to pierce through. But not gonna have to worry about that. Kunkka pick and Leshrac.
Okay. Yeah, Conk against Marana and Draw Ranger sounds like just easy to get on top of them. So
Position 3 Leshrac. Looks like
I mean, it could also be mid-lesh Marana dual lane.
I think it depends on what matchup they run into, most likely.
I
yeah,
feel,
true. They could put.
I feel like you put Marana versus Ember safe lane. I assume if it's Ember safe. I know. I'm so ready for Zeus to get nerfed. I'm so glad they're finally picking him. I'm so sick of Nimbus, dude. Nerf the shit out of the thing.
This is an amazing Zeus game, though.
That's true. Yeah.
You have a lot of frontline. You have a Dispel and the Abaddon. It is going to be so difficult for Singularity to get to this hero to deal damage.
That's a
Is
support
going to be a
bad.
support Abaddon.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Interesting.
Well, I'm excited to see how it works out. I think it definitely makes their draft a bit better, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like they might have gone too far outside the box with this one.
But if they pick it against a Marana and all these like setup things, and it's a core, then he's not going to be there most of the time. But now if he's a support, just sit where you think the arrows are going to be, sit where the Marana's going to be, and then you're always going to be there on time to deal with that.
That is their primary way of killing, is just arrows. Like the heroes, the Shadow Demon and the Naga, they don't offer a lot of damage on their own. They're a supplement for someone else to be hitting you or throwing arrows and stuff like that. So I do agree with the support choice. And
it's
again, it's a great Zeus game. It just is.
It's not even like it's a hero that's too slow too. If that was an OG Abaddon, he sits there and he farms for forever. Like it doesn't really fit their playstyle, but a support position kind of works. I feel like.
All right, well, the game is set. The draft is done. It's time to hop in. Europe is turning up with a lot of crazy old picks. But I'm excited for it. I mean, you guys are sounding like you're on the OG train.
Yeah, I think they need to get very outpicked for me to favor Singularity. And I kind of like what Singularity are doing here. I don't.
What did you expect?
I don't know if they can force the type of fights that they're gonna win and get towers with.
My big concern is that OG actually have a tremendous amount of wave clear now. And I think that dry lineup's kind of struggle into that, especially when one of them's a hero like Zeus who can stand very far away and just arc lightning the creeps like once or twice, pull them off the tower. Like there's so much in the way of D-push that you have to kill a lot of heroes to even be able to touch a tower, I feel.
Yeah. So just shockwave, you use Zeus's nuke and your power shot. You can run into
Yeah, go on to Seb.
Got him there. Stun. A little
Oh, he has Empower. Oh.
That is a problem.
He must have skilled that before they got into the fight.
I feel like that's...
The have fun, have fun, have fun. They don't have that arrow. They're going to throw it.
Did you see what Seb did? I don't understand. Like, that was interesting. He's getting hunted down by 3 heroes. Make sure to take his time to cast Empower before he starts running. Like, what was that about?
Maximize that damage.
Just wanted them to know that he was dicked. Like,
Hey guys, I have Empower.
yeah.
Bet you're real scared
It's like,
now.
the only reason I'm dying because I skill and power, you jerks. Yeah.
Oh shit,
Taunted.
he has Empower, run!
It's going to punch us.
Didn't even empower the Wind Ranger to just do a little bit more damage there.
I think he had her empowered already. Or did he cast it on? I think he cast it on himself.
I think I think he cast it early.
Well,
That is
that's funny.
something.
yeah.
So this top lane Mag Wind Ranger I think is totally fine against SD Drow. You sustain with a Stout Shield on Mag. You just pressure with the Wind Ranger. You get free hits in on Drow or SD whenever you want with Wind Run, and then that way you secure Mag CS. So pretty straightforward lane for them. That death is annoying, but it is not going to drastically change the outcome of that lane.
Yeah, in the long run, the Empower is probably just going to end up working better anyway. Because he gets like an extra 9 damage doesn't sound like a lot, but it's 3 times more effective than level 1 Drow Aura, so.
It definitely matters.
Some takeaways here as well. We're going to see the Orb of Venom. Wind Rangers just hitting them a little bit there.
I like the disruption there. It's good. Just like offsets what Wind Run does, and then afterwards you get a bunch of right clicks in.
With Orb of Venom especially.
And down bottom, Purge, you're talking about this, the Mirana matchup against the Ember Spirit. Seems like that's what Mikey is looking to do down here. And with the Naga Siren, they're going to be able to kind of bully in a little bit.
It's kind of like Wind Ranger and Mirana kind of feel very similar in a lot of cases, and this is like one of them. Very good at pressuring, basically. Long attack range, decent mobility, has some burst potential, and against an Ember, that's just the way to go.
Nice detail there from Ana. His choice of skill point. I think a lot of players wouldn't have done that there. He went the 0-1-1 build, and he used Sleight of Fist to dodge and snare, so he couldn't get arrow comboed onto the net. That's very nicely done.
This top lane is getting just completely trashed, by the way.
Oh, power shot.
Both heroes are just at no HP.
What did you
Yeah.
expect?
So Drow is kind of... The one thing I dislike about what Singularity are doing, actually Solon is in trouble. He will probably end up dying. I'll get to it in a moment. And Jerix is fine, I think.
He's gonna dive again.
He has Wind Run.
He's thinking about it.
I mean, this is just destruction at the highest level.
Ooh,
They
used
can
it.
punch him.
That was...
That was one attack too late.
I mean, to be honest, though, if you think about it, even though he dies, he had almost no way of regenerating all that HP. He used his
I
entire
might have
mana bar.
wanted to die, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it actually wanted to die there.
So what I was going to say about Drow. Drow in lane is like a glorified melee creep, or range creep in 2-on-2 lanes. Oh, Zeus got a haze.
Did you see that? He spammed wait for it as he got the haste turn and ran at him. Thompson is feeling himself right now.
Man, we don't even get a chance to talk. There's fights all the time. I bet everybody's loving that. I don't have to hear my shit all the time. Oh, he
5 stacks?
clipped it. Oh! Ouch. So, I think nope, never mind. Okay.
Wait, where's the Aphotic Shield? You don't have the mana. Oh, he got it off. That's why. All right, Anna's run away. Get out of there. Everybody's dying. What the hell
What
is
was that
happening
melee?
in this
How did he
game?
get that
What?
auto?
He's got shield in like 4
Oh
seconds.
no, he might die.
Oh, no.
Oh.
People are dying elsewhere.
he
What
got
is
another shield.
happening?
Flame Guard saved him.
Are you kidding me?
He's still got a lead. He'll be okay.
Yeah, well, everybody's back in the base right now because people are dying all over the damn place.
Only been 8 kills, that's all.
I didn't realize we were playing Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Apparently that's what's happening.
Just punch each other in the face.
Yeah, just punch
till
each
there's
other
a
in the
win.
face till someone loses.
Run away, Jerax.
Oh no, he's in trouble too.
Oh,
He just got pathing there. I
Does
think.
he want? Does he want to die again on
Wait a
purpose
minute,
because he's out of stuff?
That's definitely the plan.
I mean, he's level 3. I don't know if you do it anymore now.
Has
Like,
he
it's a
practiced
bit-
this? I don't know. He seems a little like he's inexperienced on Wind Ranger to me. I don't know. That seems like slightly.
All right.
This is on purpose for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What the hell is happening?
I think Wind Ranger's death was on purpose too. I'm pretty sure he wanted to die.
I mean, every time you're out of mana and health, it's just sometimes more efficient to just die.
It really is.
You come back to lane now. Look, this Drow can't farm at all in the top lane because both heroes have mana and HP.
I mean, if levels and gold are all about creeps, I suppose this makes sense. But
Okay, I think I have a moment now, guys. I think I have a
Okay, okay.
what
chance.
do you got?
So, when you're playing Drow, Drow is like a glorified range creep in the
Nope,
lane
mid
early
lane.
on.
Sorry,
You weren't even lying, dude. That was real.
I wasn't lying.
I thought you...
You think I would do
So,
that to you?
okay. Drow is weak in lane, okay? Drow lane weak.
Hey.
Lane support needs strong. Shadow Demon, not strong. Therefore, not strong lane. You need Naga with Drow as like a wall to play in front of the Naga. That way you can't have this this Magnus Windranger lane harass you down completely. Should probably put the Shadow Demon bottom with the Mirana and the Naga top with Drow.
I feel like somebody's dead here for this rune, and it looks like it's probably going to be Naga Siren.
Yep.
Maybe losing more? No tail.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice one.
deny.
I don't think he tried to die that time. No, I'm just kidding. I actually think his slight dodge on the Starstorm was the reason that No Tail died there, because his shield would have broken earlier. Then the Naga dies right away.
You know, to
Just
be
too good.
honest, the Naga is not even really effective in bot because most of the damage they deal, I mean, sure, there's some autos, but it's a lot of magic damage too.
Yeah. It would definitely be better off having these lanes, the supports in the opposite lanes, protecting
No,
Drow.
there's no way. Because then if you have Shadow Demon versus a Baden, then you're actually worthless. Shadow Demon's just actually bad this game. It looked like it would be good. Like some teams seem to be like streaking
Yeah,
in,
but
but
you
it's just a
can
bad game.
slow play bottom, I think. I don't
Yeah,
think you have
that's-
to. You don't have to commit to kills. Like what they're doing now is going for trades, and it's not favoring them at all.
That's what I think too. Like it doesn't feel good putting Shadow Demon down there, but I just think it's the better choice. And maybe he doesn't go for the Shadow Poison at all. He just plays with Mirana. They hit heroes with Drow Aura down there,
Okay.
and you protect the Drow with the Naga, so Drow gets to do better than this. He has 17 CS minutes 6 as a safe laner. That is really low, and you know they're also enabling Mag very well this game. Windranger places like a nice buffer. And, oh, this is a good rotation over from Lesh. They could be getting both of them here. This is very nice from Mastermind. Takes the skewer on purpose.
The buyback? They're trying to run in here. They bought the Zeus ultimate as well as they're chasing this down. No tail almost dead. Power shot. He's alive on 50. Oh, but they're going to be able to chase them all down, I think. The Silence trying to live. Solon hiding in the trees. He can't get out of that one. And he is going to eat one more shockwave. Power shot not on the mark.
Really nice TP from No Tail. That changed everything.
Jerex might not give up here.
Bad in rotation.
He does like dying tactically. He's missing half his mana pool, so it's time.
Oh, no.
He's got 10 stick charges. He's fine.
The power shot, though, for Solon.
I'm surprised he didn't go for it actually.
So how come when you're empowered and you power shot, it doesn't deal more damage, guys? What's up with that?
Yeah, come
Oh,
on.
God. There's
no
more
idea.
things happening. What the hell is going on?
That's actually an easy kill. Zeus cannot defend himself.
Yeah, they
gets
knew the
ensnared.
Abba TP was on cooldown. It's a very nice move.
Oh, that feels so bad. He just used the shrine. He's already back down at half HP.
Oh, bottom lane as well.
Oh my goodness. What in the hell is happening?
4 HP.
Need a branch, man. They're actually just zoning them out of, like, lane anything.
That's a tier 2 tower, guys.
This is insanity.
I mean, this is how you deal with a Drow lineup. You actually just run at her. She can't deal with it.
She's 6, it'll be a little better, but not much.
Just
So-
imagine once the Ember starts going up there with level 6, like Anna just hit 6 like a minute or two ago. Now you're going to have Remnants to chase down on top of that.
Do you guys know the interaction between Aphotic Shield and Flame Guard? Like, if you're Aphotic Shielded and you take magic damage, does it count toward Flame Guard first, or does it count toward Aphotic Shield first? Or does it count to both at the same time?
If they were both magic barriers, then they would both take the damage. I don't know about Aphotic though, because
I wouldn't.
Aphoc's like a
He's
negative
got
heal.
ulti.
It's so good.
He's trying to run. Oh, the shackle saving lives.
All right, go ahead. Again, Perch. What do you think?
I can look it up. If you have like a pipe buff and a barrier buff, then and you take 200 damage, they both take 200 damage, so it's bad. But
Okay.
but it might be different with aphotic because aphotic is like negative heal kind of a thing.
I would
So, what
imagine
I'm gonna look it
Aphotic
up.
would be hit first.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So you're basically empowering, if that's how it works, you're empowering your Flame Guard. That's why their lane was so strong, because when he's Aphotic Shield, they actually can't break through the Flame Guard before they break the shield first. It felt like this Ember was Flame Guarded a lot in this
Yeah,
bottom lane. And I think, you know, Starstorm should be breaking it half the time, so this might just be a cool little pocket strategy from OG as far as laning goes. I really like that synergy if that's how it works.
They are not giving up. Like, Mirana is jungling here, and then Jarex is power shotting, and then all chatting. Like,
Dude,
taking the
this-
CS.
Dude, this wait for it on Zeus is the best.
I am definitely going to play Zeus more in my pubs and do that.
Yeah, me
Hero
too.
is actually very strong.
It's great. I'm happy Zeus is back, I gotta say. Maybe he's a bit too powerful in some ways. There aren't that many teams running it, though, so it's difficult to make a case for it right now based on competitive play, but he's another one of those, you know, really classic Dota heroes from back in Dota 1. Everybody remembers playing against Zeus. Or playing Zeus, or playing with Zeus. But it almost felt like he was always on the enemy team and killing you with ulti, you know.
You know, the other thing that really sucks about the Singularity draft, unfortunate for them at this point, is that like they are going to they don't have a pipe builder. Like that's going to be so difficult for them to deal with.
Yeah. Their lineup is very all in on winning lanes and then snowballing with push, and they didn't win the lanes. So
I mean, mid went
That's tough.
okay. It's just, yeah, the side lanes did not do well.
he got the rune before he got banished here, Seb, so it will be a 2-on-2 trade. Ana
Oh.
killing. On the bottom rune, they did find the Lesh, who he went for the rune and got killed by Ember Abaddon. Very big kill, obviously. The most farmed hero in the game, not anymore. Jerax is... Is Jerax playing with one hand or something?
That was
know
weird.
what that
That
was.
was definitely weird.
All right.
He's trying to bait them in.
They have Moonlight Shadow down. It's
Oh.
skewered into the gust. What kind of cloud show are we watching? Just running at each other. Sullivan's almost dead. They got the Sentry down as well. They take him down. They will kill off No Tail. But the song set
the
up for
Lesh
the
is
arrow.
TPing.
They need this arrow to connect on Mac.
This could be pretty big. Mastermind looking for the follow-up as well, and they're going to be able to get the double kill here. Not bad at all, although they lose. Oh, that would have been terrible. But they make a couple kills happen.
Jerax, activate left hand, please.
I mean, those kills are nice and everything, but if you look at the, like, Topson and Ana are both still just farming. Like, they're pressuring bottom tower. It's almost a half HP. They're getting damage on mid tower as well. It's a very big reaction and a committal of Song for killing the off lane combo, basically.
I don't really think that was worth it at all for the Dire. It took too long. They didn't get enough. They lose mid, bottom tier 1. Zeus is still just free farming mid while Lesh makes the rotation. And I think OG, better than these other teams we've seen in EU right now, understand map efficiency. Like, in early game, rotations need to be really good to be worth it. I think a lot of people are still stuck in this old mindset of, oh, my hero's getting killed, I will TP if I have one to help. From any lane to any lane. It's not worth it a lot of the time to actually sacrifice map position on one side to go and help the other. You saw that TP from Leshrac. Zeus is free farming 2 full waves. The bottom lane ends up being empty too, loses a full tier 1 tower, and this is what it led to. Now they go down mid and take this tower. This is a Drow strat getting pushed right now. OG are actually destroying this game right now.
You know, Purge, the other game you were mentioning, Topson going for this XP gain talent, it feels like he really wants to get this like as soon as possible to try and leverage this into like some of the later game talents. Like talk about the Nimbus, that level 20, it's insane.
Yeah, it's great in almost all cases. The only time I ever think about getting it is if it's a big minus armor lineup. That's pretty much it. If they have like a lot of like physical damage and I know that they can get to me, like if it's a TA or a PA or something, then sometimes I feel like it's worth it because you buy so much raw HP with like Ags or Octarine or something. I'm still looking into aphotic shield and it's been difficult. I feel like I need to test it in game.
Well, the party horn, it signals the end of a couple heroes' lives as they find a couple pickoffs.
Singularity tried to go for their first like semi-push bottom, and they just get stopped in their tracks.
I mean, that's an Arcane Rune Zeus. You're not pushing into that. That's
No.
just not happening.
You are not indeed. And the Straw's dead. Good job saving the Gust, but I still think it's enough. Oh!
He didn't,
The Moonlight clutch.
didn't get the auto off.
Hey.
Oh, really? Come on, Rob.
Well, it's
That's a face only a mother could love, or something.
Aphotic is negated damage. It's negative damage kind of, so it probably blocks the damage fully. You'd have to test it. There's no specific. There's not going to be a list of like every weird interaction. You know, some of those you just got to test
We'll hop into that later and check it out.
before the next game.
So 12-9, but you talk about the efficiency of the map, and right now it's a 5,000 gold lead at 13 minutes in. This is shaping up to be one of the quickest ones we've seen yet. But I guess part of that is also because of the nature of Drow Ranger. Like, if you don't get off the ground, this hero does not like to play from behind.
I think the game is definitely, the pace is favoring OG tremendously, but their issue is like high ground.
Go back there.
Oh no.
Go back there.
It's a very dead Shadow Demon.
The Zeus.
We got him. We got them both.
Okay.
But the hard part for them is going to be pressuring high ground and stuff. Like, they will have a Crimson on Seb, which is going to be really nice. But their ability to siege is not great. They're just going to hold map control for a very, very long time if they have to.
I think that's fine. I don't think OG are in a hurry in this game, to be honest. Like, Drow has this tendency of, it has a weird power curve, right? You get strong when you get level 6 and you want to start taking towers, and then you're strong for a bit, and then you suck for 10 minutes straight, like most of the time. And then super late game you can come back, but it's under the condition that you have somewhere to play and farm. And this Drow, I don't know where she's going to play when her tier 2s fall. There's actually not going to be a single safe zone on the map with the lineup that she's playing with. And they're all just so squishy, right? It's heaven for Zeus and Ember to play against these 5 heroes that have no health. They're going to hunt them. Here we go. Adamson going to get chained up, and there's a Shadow. He's dead.
It's not even just that they have no health. I mean, realistically speaking, how do they initiate a fight? Like, what is your worst starting a fight condition other than walk up to tower and hit tower? And we've already established that that's just not going to work.
Yeah. That's how I'm looking at it, too. It's hard to find place for Dire right now.
Yeah, I like how they've been doing this from OG, though. You look at, like, Thompson scouting immediately with the Thunder God's Wrath when they're ganking forward. They knew that Drow Ranger was around in the area, and then they find a pick-off immediately. Like, they're using it basically on cooldown to make sure that they get the fights that they want.
Good disruption. I think he's going to die for it, though.
Yeah, that's...
He had to do it, though. His core was dying. To slight chains plus bolts. So.
Really like the build Thompson goes. He goes fast Yules, and he gets a Tranquil Boots. So he just sits on the back of the fight, but he's just super fast. And once he gets a 15 perk, he ends up being like 450 movement speed at all points.
This is the... Oh, hang on. Ana? Catch
They immediately dodge it. God.
Ana's still good, guys. Turns out.
There's the second build. I think there's something to be taken from this. This is the second time he goes this build on Ember. 2-4-4. We see most other players max the chains out first, but he prioritizes getting the high level of slight so he can way easier make the connection on the route for his teammates. It might be a Zeus thing. Oh, he's tanky.
He's got a Crimson Guard, and they're throwing absolutely everything onto him, but the skewer back, the RP to follow it up. You might get him, potentially, but it's going to cost you. Triple kill for Ana.
He didn't trust his team there. That was obvious. He's like, get away from our team.
What did you expect?
Just made it a little harder for Ana, but that's okay. Still a really good fight. I mean, they're just doing whatever they want.
He is so tanky on Mag. That took like a good 15 seconds to kill him there.
It feels like what happened was like everybody realized that these offlaners with tanky items and HP perks were good, and then all of a sudden somebody was like, what about Mag? He's got a 200 HP perk at 10. He's got really good agility. He's got good armor. He's got good HP. He's got nuke. He's got team fight. Doesn't even need a blink dagger. He's just like get tanky and do Mag things.
Oh, that chain.
He knows the limits of his hero so well, though.
That range creep's gonna kill Ember. Watch out.
He almost got caught by Song. That was
I can't
very
believe that
close.
didn't hit him, actually.
That nerf, though, level 1 Song, only 2 levels away
Oh,
from
he jumps in behind Drow. She had no idea. Oh, no.
God, and the chase continues. They're all dying. They have caught the Zeus. That's a decent pickup for them, and they're by the shrine right now. Might be a little bit of a turnaround, but again, eventually the Big Daddy is here. It is Ana. Wait for it indeed, as they take them all down. And Jerax, power shot, almost caught. Mastermind trying to run, will be killed off as he breaks through the trees.
Oh.
He's never in doubt.
What's Ana, 11-0?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. All right, time to die. We haven't died to a tower in a while, or creep wave or something neutral, so now it's time for a no-tail.
It happens.
Like spam ping. Why didn't you tank the tower for me, Ana? What the hell?
That's the thing too. Like we talked about it a little bit in the other series, but it feels like this is the type of Dota that we saw when OG was in their heyday, and the mentality that they had around it too, like having fun while they played Dota.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I saw them play like this. Like it looks like they're having fun.
Can I see the scaling of Searing Chains?
Of course.
2 seconds level 1, level 2. Oh, it's 1.5 to 2.
They,
I'm a
evened
bit
it out.
curious about the skill build. I feel like, so like I was saying, most of the Ember players we see max the chains, but I think Ana feels like the hero doesn't want to commit in that often, so he wants to make sure he can reach the slide and at least get a semi-decent route. The thing I'm wondering is if he only does it because he's playing with Zeus and they think 2 seconds is enough, or if this is something he does almost every game.
I want to say he's doing it because of the lineup that he's against, more than team that he is playing with.
He did it last game too. Was that similar, you think?
What I honestly don't remember what heroes they had.
Not
But
me
I
neither.
think against Drow and like multiple stuns and stuff like that, it's very easy to get caught by a random gust. So before you have Yules, against this lineup at least, it's very hard to justify just like face rushing with 4 chains.
Can dodge arrow, can dodge lots of things. Split Earth, be fairly straightforward to dodge.
Yeah.
Close.
And Searing Chain scales really well now. The fact that it's like 1.5 level 1, then it's only a half second. It's like Frostbite now, just with more damage. So it's okay to get just a few points early.
Yeah.
Just the cooldown gets lowered a lot.
That's good stuff.
I mean, there was a time when people pretty much just skipped Flame Guard and would just go 4-4-0. And they would play like the slide into chains follow-up Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
It used to be with Mirana.
Yeah.
That was a time and a half ago. Yeah, I think that ever since it got evened out, it's definitely a lot more palatable to take it like that. And I think that, like, you know, as you mentioned, it's all good reasons with the Zeus and stuff. I think the real test would be, again, if he keeps on doing it throughout. But it seems smart, particularly if you're able to outplay so much with, like, Sleight of Fists. Why not?
I think you can also look at it as a saved remnant, because if you have Sleight of Fist on a low cooldown, and that's your initiation always, then it saves you 1 remnant just to initiate. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, did have Yules there, but a lot of damage coming out very quickly.
He would have been Shadow Demon ulted, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Maybe,
the
but-
continuously
Yeah.
purge.
Yep.
Good call.
Continuous purge.
Hey.
That's me every day,
Yep.
whatever that means.
All day, every day.
I am me. There I am.
That's a face every mother could love.
Ana has found himself another one. It is going to be the Naga Siren, and realizing does not want to use the song.
Yeah.
Good decision there. Mikey, power shot.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
gonna
couple
hurt.
of really close disengages this game.
You know, we're talking like this one is completely over, and I think that it is just about. But you look at the net worth, you look at the way that they've been able to play around it. They've been buying themselves a little bit of time,
Yeah,
at
they
least,
have.
and pulling it back slightly.
The last few minutes from Singularity have been pretty good. They're getting some key kills. This Zeus kill at the Shrine, I think it's a high-risk, high-reward play, but I like that they're going for plays. Like, if you just sit AFK and farm with your Drow strat, you're not going to win. You got to do stuff, take some risks, and they've pulled it back a little bit, like you said. The concern for me is still, I believe that Aegis on Ember has about 2 minutes left on it. They can't really push with it, but they should be able to find their own place. All right, another kill.
Hey.
Slowly but steadily.
It looks like it was a disruption into a Shadow Demon ulti.
Yeah,
Wind
that's
Ranger
pretty rough
hates
for
that.
Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
I think that might actually even be why Jerax only has 1 point in Wind Run. It's like he's just focusing on the other spells because he can't rely on Wind Run to be very impactful in fights. He bought a Force Staff too.
With the double boot strat. It's kind of
yeah.
cool. It seems like Treads is really abused lately on Ember, just because of how much more mana you get out of it, and the attack speed is kind of nice
Yeah.
to make your Maelstrom more valuable. But he feels so confident that he's like, I'm going to take the inefficiency and just get a BOTs now. I don't need another big item. That just like shows how far ahead he is, I feel like.
Man, and you see they're all around this Magnus right now on the Dire, but it is too scary to try and jump on the guy, and they're immediately going to leave. And Thompson will be able to escape. Ember is here. He spots out Mastermind and the Yule Scepter immediately into the...
God.
They should be really careful about this all perfect Yules.
Great Yules. And Mikey trying to get away from there as they will kill him off. Double kill for Ana.
It's like Anna's playground, these Ember games. He gets to do whatever he wants almost. Looks like the type of hero you might want to ban against OG, perhaps.
Anna's so good. Like, I'm just watching this game. Like, why did they ever kick this guy? Like,
I don't think, did they kick him? Wasn't it that he wanted to take a break?
that was.
I think it was by his own choice.
Was it?
I
mean, they swapped him for Rezo, and Rezo played amazing at TI and all.
I don't
so
actually
like,
remember.
it did seem like it was an upgrade somehow, but Anna is so good.
He missed the chains.
I just assumed it was like.
Anna's so good.
I'm completely with you, though. No, I know exactly what you mean. Like, every single time you look at him, it feels like he's making a highlight play.
He's 14-0-4. He's made like no mistakes. He doesn't hesitate in the slightest when he has an opportunity.
In the slightest.
I like that.
Oh.
Okay, Perch was the least impressed ever by that. Understandable.
I'm just disgusted you turned that into a unintentional pun, like I did on purpose.
Oh, the
Product
one
shield.
combo.
Oh, he got silenced. Good Gus on the back line.
Got him. And maybe going to look for some more here. They buy back on the Zeus, though, immediately. He does still have ultimate in 8 seconds if they can wait that long. Nagi, you better get back to the well, because otherwise you might go down here as they, well, just kill him off with Ana nonetheless.
He lost the Aegis.
Oh, Perch. This is a pretty good time for it. Can they kill him off in time? The Sleight of Fist trying to get away. It's not going to be enough. And now he's got the bottle. They've got the RP, chasing them all down. And with 5 heroes in the grave, that might be about curtains.
All right, still no game over 28 minutes. Well, unless they don't GG and they have to kill the whole base. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Very
Wow.
impressive stuff.
Man.
Okay, so what
This
are you
was a good one.
potentially letting through then if you ban Ember against this team?
What was it they did ban? They banned Pugna first phase. They
Yeah.
banned Elder and...
But we're going off of the Anna definitely just had a totally free game. And
Yeah.
there was nothing that Singularity could really do about it. But I would say, as impressive as his performance was, it was another triple lane win. Like,
Yeah.
did they lose a lane? I mean, the closest lane was obviously mid. But I would say that the Lesh still didn't really win against Zeus because you don't win against Zeus unless you gank him.
Yeah, they marginally won mid, but it's
Yeah.
insignificant. It doesn't really matter.
That was a kill every 30 seconds.
He
that game was.
also
That was-
did more damage than the Zeus, which I don't think
hard.
happens all that often.
Well, they were also focusing the Zeus a bit more. Like, he had 6
Yeah.
deaths. They knew that that was the guy that they could kill, and he's a tremendous amount of damage in the fights. So it kind of makes sense that the Ember ended up getting away with more.
It's got to feel so nice playing support Abaddon and your team just wants to make moves all the time. That's how you use this hero as a support.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't do anything himself. You have to constantly just be able to empower allies. Like,
It's like playing Dazzle or
Go do
something.
your
You're like,
things,
guys,
yeah.
go do something so that we can hopefully outplay them, and then I finally get levels and experience. You know.
I think it's also just such a good feeling to play whatever you want and win. Like that's just happening over and over and over
I mean,
again.
this was a very good draft.
Yeah.
Like, this was a very good draft. They knew exactly what the weaknesses of Abaddon were. They were able to supplement that with a very active safe lane hero, and they gave him also it wasn't a great matchup, but they made it work. And then because Singularity had to rotate so many heroes, what was the 4-man rotation top the first time where they ended up losing the bottom tier 1 and taking a ton of damage in the mid tier 1? That's when the game started to look really bad. And then you go, okay, well, my Ember had a kind of hard lane, but now he's free farming.
Right.
And you're not going to go back there because you can't kill him. So
the key thing for me about this OG team is, so far, based on the 2 games I've seen, they make the moves first. Almost always. They play faster. They realize when they can pressure the opponent, and they squeeze it so much that maybe sometimes it's a little bit too much, like this Windrunner top lane. There's some weird
was some
stuff
clowns.
going on.
Yeah.
I think 1 or 2 of his deaths were actually on purpose. The Abaddon death to neutrals was on purpose, but just, again, it's the efficiency thing. They're looking at the map. Okay, what can I do that means the most in this game? All right, Abaddon goes and pulls a camp bottom and kills himself instead of getting the experience, because he's like, it matters more that
Yeah.
I'm back in time for my Ember. He just does the right thing, pulling the wave. Ember gets to farm, kill yourself, go back to lane, play the game. Like, very, very solid. I can't really put much of a finger on OG's plays, except they have a couple of random deaths here and there, but they're just looking so much better than everybody else that I'm a bit concerned for this qualifier. If nobody steps up to the plate, that it might be a little bit like...
They just have no fear of dying. I think that's the way to sum it up.
Yeah.
Honestly, they go to their lanes. They pick heroes that aren't greedy. They just want to be as strong as possible, super fast, and have good matchups, and then just fight all the time.
Well, to be honest, you talk about fear for the qualifier. It would be a hell of a story if they went Well, we don't need to say anything yet to try and jinx this one, but we'll see where they go with it. And we do have more games that are going to come. We're going to go to a quick break, and then we'll be back a little bit later with more from the European qualifiers. Stay tuned.